Hey everybody, welcome back to X-Plane 11. I am Bill, and today we're going to do it looks like a simple flight, but we'll see how simple it ends up being with this weather here. Quasar, 10 months in a row. Thank you so much for the subscription, Quasar. You are the freaking man. Thank you for being here and all the support. So, we are at Palm Springs. This is the GPB500 Palm Springs scenery. Looks great. This is where we last left off, at least stream-wise. We flew the 177 Cardinal in here. So I just wanted to leave from here. We're going to be in 53176 again. And we're going to take off out of here VFR and head towards Blythe, which is not a very long flight. It's about 90 miles. But we've got some weird cloud stuff going on. It looks pretty clear right now, but there are some scattered layers way out here. We'll see what X-Plane does update wise. The real weather looks a little bit more there's more coverage in the real world weather than I'm showing in the simulator here. And then once we are making our way back to John Wayne, it should be a little bit more hairier because we've got some much thicker weather over in Orange County. The other thing here is we've got gusts up to 23. So that's going to make things a little bit more fun. We'll have a nice tailwind heading out to Blythe. It's going to make, it's pretty much right down the runway, so it's not going to be too bad on takeoff, but we'll definitely have a pretty quick takeoff roll, which is good. So let's, I'll show you what we're looking at here flight plan wise. So let's go make sure that this is working properly. Okay, so here is Sky Vector, and this is Palm Springs right over here. And here is Blythe over here. I want to stay away from these mountains right here because the winds are actually the best at 5,500 feet according to ForeFlight. So we're going to stay away from this here, and going 7,500 or something like that is not going to be necessary. We might come back a little bit higher since we're going to be heading into the wind. And since we are heading into the wind, we should have pretty good climb performance. So we might actually be able to make it over here. And then we'll have to figure out how to get down into John Wayne if we're VFR over the top. So that should be pretty interesting. I think this is going to be an interesting flight. Blythe is uncontrolled and unfamiliar. So we'll see what happens when we get there. But the scenery should be nice since it is a GPB scenery. And we will kind of just see how the weather is looking once we get over there. Now let's go over to the iPad here and see if that will work. And you can see what I'm talking about with the weather. Is that working? Appears to be somewhat working. And, oh, that's nice. Is that on this side? Crap, hang on. Breaking the fourth wall. There we go. That was inevitable. One of these times. This is the weather that I'm getting live from. I mean, not as live as it can be from ForeFlight. I think there's like a 15-minute delay on this, but this is some of the cloud cover we're looking at on the satellite. If we go to radar, let's go to the composite one. We probably are not going to see much because it's just low, it's just cloud layer that we're dealing with. But you can see all of these airports on the coast are all marginal. So very low cloud cover, good visibility. So we're going to have to figure out how to get down there from over the top if we take that route. So that is the plan for right now. And before we do that, I always forget to update the white balance on here because it for some reason defaults to automatic, and it makes me look really washed out. So there we go. Okay. Add a little color back to my head. All right. Let's see. What else am I missing here? Are we missing anything at all? So we have the flight route, which again is a straight shot, and that's pretty much all we've got to worry about at this point. Once we get to Blythe, we're going to have a little snack and flight plan for the trip back. So I'm excited for it. Let's go back over to 53176. Cute little Cessna here that I am currently doing my training in. So it's good practice to use this this registration number as the plane that I fly on PilotEdge, which we are already connected to. So it's the rep pack. Let me turn on the master and battery and check the fuel, which I filled up before we loaded the plane, and it consistently does not add it. It is probably something that I am doing, and this is probably going to help here. So left and right, I want it to be at 18 on each side. Here's what I want to do. There's 18. Front seat is going to be 200. And let's see, are we going to be by ourselves today? Why is this so goofy? 200. There we go, 200. Okay. Nope, that's not doing it. 16,000 pounds. Still not loaded. This is a little bit weird, and I kind of don't care. There. Apply. Okay, now we should have 3/4 of a tank. Yep, coming up. Awesome. Okay. Little rep pack fumbling there. I'm going to turn avionics all the way off as well. So, okay, so master, battery, and alternator are on. And then let's put on our beacon. And let's get a little prime action in there. Crack the throttle a little tiny bit. Fuel pump 1, 2, 3. Looks good. Okay. Pull that back out. Make sure the throttle is cracked. Okay. Parking brake is set. And now let's see if it'll turn over. It's been a while. We got him. Looks good. Pull the mixture back. Get it about 850 on the RPMs. And let it warm up. So I'm excited for our first new follow of the night because I did update my follow notification. So we'll check out that little animation once we get to it. Okay, so let's get the avionics switch coming on, and that is coming on here. So the SciTech panel, the avionics switch is kind of weird. It'll turn on like half of it, but you actually have to manually hit the button there. Okay, PSP, let's show on map, and let's get the ATC information. Here it is 2465. 2465. 2465. Am I hyped for the new sim? I am not really, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be a lot different than what we are hoping it's going to be. It doesn't mean that I don't. I hope it's awesome.
Arriving and departing runways 31 left, 31 right. Visual approaches in use. VFR departures, contact clearance delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information hotel.
Okay, we got hotel.
Palm Springs International Airport. 8 is information hotel. 01530.
This wind's gonna be crazy.
Wind 310 at 17. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear.
17. Okay.
Temperature 34. Dew point 13. Altimeter 2969er. Arriving and departing runways 31 left, 31.
Okay, give me 1 second, AWAT. 2969. Let's get that in here first. Very low. Okay. So AWAT, I'm over 40 hours now, but I need my solo long cross country and check ride prep, and then I'm good. So very, very close, which feels strange. All right, and let's get 21. All right, we'll check that as well once we get to that point. Okay. VFR departure to the west. I apologize, to the east. Palm Springs clearance and delivery is 2835. 2835. Below minimums, the party has definitely arrived. What's happening? And let's get ground point 9 in there.
Roger, maintain this separation.
Okay, cool. What do we got? Is it busy? Are we going to cold call him, or are we going to let him go?
Number 9 Tower, I have 220, make down till, make down wind, runway 24.
For 22088, 24, clear to land.
Clear to land, 220, 24.
Southwest 480 for climb first, big altimeter 2988, thanks for Alpha.
Make him earn it.
Get the visual approach for 15 unless you want the ILS rate.
About to start first cross country. Dude, that's awesome.
6,000.
My first cross country was fantastic. I had a blast. I went from John Wayne to Camarillo and back. So I got 2 Bravo transitions over LAX, and it was a blast. I think it was at 12 hours, 11 or 12 hours at that point. Palm Springs clearance, good evening. Skyhawk 53176 with VFR departure request.
Southwest 480, fly heading 140, better spot.
See, good thing we cold call below minimums.
140. 5317 Palm Springs correct.
Yeah, Palm Springs clearance, Skyhawk 53176, Charlie 172, slant Golf. With information hotel, we're over at Signature with VFR departure to the east.
5317, you want flight follow?
Let's get flight following. Yes, affirmative. We're heading over to Blythe, 53176.
Roger, departure frequency 126.7, squawk 4611.
It's departure frequency 126.7, departure, then squawking 4611, 53176.
Pratt 173, correct. What does your requested be for altitude on course?
We're going to be cruising at 5,500, 53176.
Roger.
Limber Tower, Skyhawk
Yeah, I was not. I actually wasn't planning on getting flight following, but since he asked so nicely, we might as well get advisories.
Could land 273, could you land?
But we'll
drop
it whenever
contact Los
we're ready to
Angeles
go. So,
134.65.
let's get 26.
050 at Alpha Contact 1 Bigger Approach 124.7.
26.7 in there, and that will be our reminder.
Southwest 480, the airport is
4611.
12 to 1 o'clock, 12 miles.
4611. Brad and I got all the way down to holding short.
480 clear visual approach from May 15, connect Burbank Tower 18.7.
I checked the code and was not in, so we fixed that.
TBM 9015.
All right. So we've got that in there. That's pretty simple, I guess. And let's go over to ground. Figure out where we're at first. I'm gonna get
Mark Tower, Bonanza 5, Mike's holding short, 24 ready.
We're about to take a Bravo. How far of Homeland are you?
Let's get that in here. Okay. So if you zoom all the way in, kind of overlays
you're
the
going to be in SoCal airspace on
so we are probably not even in a movement area yet. So we could probably go down to Echo down there. Get ready to go 31 right. So let's switch over to ground. And then the tower is
1927 Hotel Rider. Enter a right base from a 20 right. Contact John Wayne Tower 126.8.
19.7. Okay. So nice little straight shot to Blythe. We'll check out the scenery and then figure out a way to get back to John Wayne.
27 Hotel 126.8.
So okay. Now let's check.
Door 6 Echo number LA.
Does not look like a movement area. I think we're okay. Good morning, Kim. I wonder how PE controllers know whether you're on the right frequency or not. It shows on their screen. They can see what you're transmitting on.
We're going to be parking
Ernie, good evening. Happy Monday.
Northwest gate.
For 7050, that point of approach from
yeah, they have a stack with everybody that's logged in, and they can see where you're transmitting from.
Burbank Tower, good evening. It's Southwest 480 on the visual 15.
Let's take this line over here.
Now I'm passing Bravo to approach 4461.
Oh, I see what you're saying. How do they know what the frequency, like what? That's a good question. I think they know where you are. I mean, I've seen the scope. I mean, obviously, Marcus used to stream it. Seen it live at the expo.
15, Southwest 480.
And I think it tells them where you're calling
Camarillo Tower, Cherokee 356 November
think
Delta.
that it shows up that you're on Palm Springs Tower or whatever.
356 November Delta, Camarillo Tower, enter right down.
Tech, happy Monday.
Okay, clear to land, enter the right downwind, 26 November Delta.
Okay, so there's our
Tower, Bonanza 522, Papa Mike.
There's our movement line.
Ready.
Let's just stop.
Bravo,
Call up on 125.72, and I'm supposed to be on 127.25. How does he know I'm on LA Center instead of SoCal? I think it tells. I think it tells you, and they do this all the time, so they have a pretty good handle on what frequency you should be on. Is my understanding of that.
Also. 915 Tango Bravo, radar contact 10 miles west of French Valley Airport, the Ontario altimeter 2987. I understand you're going to
Second.
Van Nuys.
Going fantastic. How are you doing, sir? That's why they're so good. Pulling minimums. That's why PilotEdge is so impressive, because they really do a fantastic job of
SoCal approach
juggling all this stuff. Okay, let's jump in here and...
Lindbergh Tower, Skyhawk 3 Echo Juliet is clear of 27 on Charlie 5, taxi signature.
For 3 Echo Juliet, taxi signature via Charlie District.
Signature to Charlie to signature with use, 3 Echo Juliet.
Palm Springs ground, Skyhawk 53176, signature taxi with hotel. We may have stepped on somebody there.
Number 9 Tower, Skyhawk 220 is clear. Runway 24 at Charlie, going to Rivera, the northwest end of the gates.
Yeah, those are confusing.
I had to give guys call at Windsor 1927 Hotel, Back District. For 22088, exit ramp by Alpha.
Yeah, Alpha 220.
John Wayne clearance, Cessna 509 Papa would like a destination for the I-4.
Call for the I-4, you're going to be going into San Bernardino.
San Bernardino for the I-4, thank you.
Okay.
915, take a Bravo Circle approach, the John Wayne altimeter 2988.
Let's try this again, shall we?
For 2 Mike, contact departure.
Oh, departure 25 Mike.
Palm Springs ground, Skyhawk 53176, signature parking, taxi with Alpha, or with hotel. Does not care. No, he does not.
For 53176, Palm Springs ground, runway 31 right, taxi to Bravo.
Alright, Bravo, 31 right, 53176. Cleared onto the movement area. We got all of our lights on.
Burbank Tower, Southwest 480, we're clear on the ramp here, boss.
Southwest forward, taxi ramp, straight ahead, I've done.
Thank you, sir. See you.
See. So, we got a new follow animation for new followers. So keep an eye out for that. When you hear the sound effect, it's still the same sound, but we've got a new animation. Let's do a quick little run up here. Yeah, now we just need a follower. We need somebody who is lurking in the shadows. Okay, that's...
Bonanza 522 from Mike,
the right
Lookout
frequency?
departure, radar
Is that
contact, clear at
correct?
Oceanside, climb maintain 6000.
Tower is no. What do I have? 19.7. There we go.
John Wayne Tower, 1927 Hotel, clear runway at Hotel Bravo.
And I'm gonna...
For 1927 Hotel, taxi to the ramp via Bravo.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Ramp via Bravo. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your help.
And
How's that for your Cat 10?
26.7.
I'll go ahead and give you a pass. Just make sure you do better than they did previously, but to make sure you don't have to stay on multiple times in transmission. Just, say
Okay, you
once
didn't
at
miss
the
much
beginning or
tech.
once at the end.
We're
And
waiting
then,
for a new
make sure you
follower
check
so
in
we
with
can
your
check out the
altitude,
new
otherwise
follow
it's,
animation.
Pretty good.
Copy that. So, yeah.
All right. 17
outside,
knot headwind.
beginning
Let's
or
check
end.
this thing out.
And, yeah, when you're contacting approach, state altitude at the beginning.
Yep, that's right. And a couple other minor things, but not big enough to worry about. Just keep Madison and to do great.
Palm Springs Tower, Skyhawk 53176, holding short 31 right at Bravo.
Number 53176, Palm Springs Tower, runway 31 right, cleared for takeoff. Wind is 310
All right, clear for takeoff. 31 right, 53176. Fun winds. Does that work? I don't even know if that actually works. Okay, lights.
Louis Ground, Cessna 382
Approaching
X-ray,
runway
transient
31
Camera
right.
action.
South departure, taxi
Clear.
with Zulu.
Entered
Clear.
runway 31 right.
I hit 53
4,900
knots
feet
in slow
remaining.
flight today. Nice.
Whoever's calling for the Cat 4, that's a period that didn't catch your call, so I know, but you can do it if you
Okay.
want.
Lined up, looking good. Okay, everything's in the green. Airspeed's alive. 55. Rotation. Off the brakes. Didn't seem like abnormally quick on the roll, but we're pretty good now. We've got 800 foot, 900 foot per minute climb.
Roger that. Taxiing
70.
runway 29 via Alpha. Cessna 382
Electric
X-ray.
trims, God's gift aviation. If it's fast enough, it can be.
For 382 X-ray San Luis, ground runway 29 taxi by Alpha.
That's really funny.
Taxi by Alpha, runway 29, 382 X-ray.
Coast Pilot, Portland, huh? Nice, dude. For business? Yeah, and the GAs, I know we talked about a little bit in Ty Stream. I'm loving it, dude. It's so much more entertaining to do, and I hope to watch, but it's very different than trimming the sim as
7050 outbound at SoCal approach 134.2.
Yep. Okay, so that's the mountain range that we don't want to hit, and we're just going to continue basically on to that valley. We'll just keep climbing out to 5,500. Does 53176 have electric trim? It does.
Camarillo ground.
Yeah, it's got the same yoke
Delta,
setup as this.
Off, post 26 at
And
Bravo.
in fact,
request taxi
I mean, this
to
looks
Base
exactly
Tower.
like it. This fin bar
6 number Delta taxi to the ramp.
painted this thing beautifully.
Okay, it's 6 November Delta, taxi via Bravo to Base Tower.
What do I prefer? It depends on the situation. Ryan, 67. Welcome.
Contact on SoCal departure.
Oh
53176, radar contact on SoCal departure.
Alright, departure 53176, see ya.
522 double mic contact SoCal approach 128.1.
Absolutely, man. Trying to fly the GA flag as much as I can. Let's see. I will. I had a thought, and I was gonna say something.
15, take a Bravo. Do you want the coastal route?
To check in here with SoCal.
8 for 155, take a Bravo. Or 15, take a Bravo. I'll have it for you with the next controller, but I will put it in your mark thing.
Pull up.
Thank you very much.
Pull up.
SoCal approach, Bonanza 522, Papa Mike is level 6,000.
Melvin Leroy,
November,
thank you
John
for
Wayne.
the follow, man. Welcome.
For 522 Mike, I'll approach showing altimeter 29er.
It's nice, right, Ken?
November, except the ILS, right 20 right approach.
Expecting the ILS 20 right approach to Papa Mike, thanks.
SoCal approach, Skyhawk 53176, 3000, climbing 5,500.
Skyhawk 53176, Wilcott departure, Palm Springs altimeter 2969, resume appropriately for altitude.
Okay, VFR climb approved, 53176, thanks. I think it was 2967 is what he said. That's what we had. We had 2969, pretty close. Yeah, the hum,
what's your direction of flight?
unmistakable hum of a Cessna engine that's about to overheat for some unknown reason. But let's
382 X-ray, San Luis Tower,
lower the nose a little bit. Let's pull back the power, enriching the mixture. Why is the temperature going up so high? This is the plane that I fly in real life as well, Melvin. The nose wheel pant is not installed, but that is the livery for it. I know, dude. Can you do that? Is there a way to turn those off? Because it is... you do have to listen to them. That is true. When applicable. Like the oil temperature being so high, I don't know. Oh, go to plugins and rep. I didn't know you could do that.
Number 6, echo number after cancellation to maintain appropriate VFR altitude.
Keep the nose a little lower here. That seems weird. Why would the oil temperature?
Number 6, echo number 21 flight following.
Because it's so hot. It may just be so hot.
Number 6, echo number radar services terminated.
27.
Change your 5379.
So it's pretty hot. What's going to happen if we pull back even more? It's starting to come down a little bit, but we'll keep an eye on it. I'll see if I can find a picture of me climbing on a Warrior Twine. Just everything screaming at me. Yeah, it's definitely on the higher side. It's not in the red, it's just high. And it's just yelling at me non-stop. Kind of fixated on that temperature thing, but we're almost at our cruise altitude. We'll throw on the autopilot and let it cool down a little bit in straight and level flight, see if that helps. But it could just be that it's, oh, and that's not even, it's 77. Okay, that is, it actually ended up being pretty close. It's not. That's the volts. So it's actually 25 C. 77. So it's not really that hot. Check the maintenance when you land. You're good for now, though. Pressure's fine. Yeah, pressure looks good. It's just running high. And I think once we level out, it should be fine. Okay, so let's go heading and altitude. Let the nose come down a little bit, and we'll pull the power back. We're leaned a little bit less than normal, but we'll just keep an eye on that.
About 2 to the light flight heading 320 meters to final.
320 vectors to final 2 Papa Mike.
Such a goofy little thing, isn't it?
PBF915, take a Bravo, contact Signal approach 134.9.
They're probably very confused. A little bit of a plan, yeah, Tech. So, and thank you for reminding me. So, what we're doing tonight is heading out to Blythe. Let's get this pulled up here. So we're heading out to Blythe, and that is a GPB scenery. So we're gonna check. That's actually not Blythe. Blythe is out here. So it's way out there. So we're gonna check out that scenery. Hope that I have ortho out there, which I probably don't. And then once we check that out, we're going to try to make our way back to John Wayne with marginal VFR all up and down the coast. So the challenge there is going to be trying to find a way to actually make it back to John Wayne. So that will be pretty entertaining. Let's check the Discord and check out, oh, I missed that Piper panel. Oil temp is up there. That's kind of what we're seeing right now. That's pretty funny. And a 200 foot per minute climb. Time to pick up a pop-up clearance. We can give it a shot, Kat. You know, it's funny. I picked up a pop-up clearance with Keith on the radio, and you'll appreciate this, Ty, because it both shows off PilotEdge and also how much of a troll Keith can be. So I'm picking up this pop-up clearance back into John Wayne, or I don't even know if it was it was a pop-up clearance, but it was basically like the approach. Like I was almost at Seal Beach, and I was just picking up vectors to the ILS, but it was IFR, and he said on the radio when he was confirming the approach, he asked if I was instrument rated, and it felt like forever freaking out, like, oh my god, why is he asking if I'm instrument rating? Like, this is like, he knows I'm not instrument rated. He knows that I don't even have my private yet. Why is he asking me if I'm instrument rated? So I just said, maybe this is an RP thing, and I'm just gonna play along. So I said affirmative, and he did. I talked to him later. He was like, yeah, that's what you could hear in real life. But it gave me like a chill down my spine because I felt like I was lying.
128.1 to squawk 1535.
But it is VFR to the max out here. Just super freaking windy. Yeah, I've heard others get that question on the radios. That's interesting. I mean, I've always wondered that, especially given how good PilotEdge is. And once I do get the private license done, I will start flying IFR on PilotEdge a little bit more, and probably a lot more, frankly. I'm just so focused on trying not to contaminate my brain with IFR stuff. But when I do get into that a little bit more, it's weird to think how the FAA regulates that in the real world. If someone can get so proficient at, not filing a flight plan, because obviously that's a little bit easier to follow, but a tower en route, or a pop-up clearance, if you're not getting ramp checked, it's you can get away with it. And if you are so good at it that you give them no indication that you're not instrument rated, I can see you getting away with it. It's not, and I'm not saying that as in I would ever think of doing that, but it's an interesting thing that they don't really have any proof at that moment that you are instrument rated yourself, or that someone in the plane is instrument rated. The couple times I've heard it were people who were getting themselves cornered VFR. Okay, yeah, so they're kind of looking at the situation, seeing like, all right, this guy departed VFR, he's coming into some clouds, and let's just check. A guy in a Piper Lance killed himself accepting an IFR clearance even though he wasn't IFR rated. Yeah, that's not good.
382 external 30.
Yeah, that's not good. And I don't necessarily mean accepting. I mean, I don't know the situation of that, but I mean like actually like premeditated trying to pass off as instrument rated. It's not, you can't pull anybody over in the sky, like you can in a car or anything, so just a little bit odd.
Alpha Hotel Charlie Kilo.
So popping up, I don't know. That got rid of the warning there, so we'll put the mixture in a little bit. EGT just took a nosedive, but what are we burning now? That is not 172 fuel flow. That sucks. But the warning went away. Once he got in a cloud, he was done. I mean, in an emergency, you can technically break the FARs. Okay. Oh, sorry, I missed that momentum. So that guy was flying from NorCal, I think, to Vegas. He was. There was a line of storms blocking him from Vegas, and he was picking his way through VFR. Picking his way through VFR when LA Center offered him IFR to get to Vegas if he could accept it, and the guy did. Wow. Wow. We've been up for a little bit, Kenny. Not too long. We're on the. It's early in the flight. Once he got in a cloud, he was done. I believe it was at night as well. That is a very sketchy situation, but yeah, like Tech said, in an emergency, but
356.
you know, Brad, we've talked about this a number of times because I've asked him questions like this because it's so interesting to me, and it's something that, you know, I'm not obviously focusing on, so I have more questions with it, but it shows a severe lack of decision-making skills before the flight even starts if you find yourself in that situation. And that's kind of the key that I want to make sure that I don't find myself in a situation like that. Stuff does happen, so being prepared for it is good, but trying to avoid it at all costs, I think, is the route that I will take for as long as I can. Air Safety Institute did a video on that. I'll have to check that out. I would be curious at how they view that.
Descending 3,000, last part of your heading was cut off.
But kind of more to Ty's point about getting a pop-up IFR clearance, I want to see if I can get down VFR, and that's part of that preparation where, you know, okay, I could in this situation pick up a pop-up clearance. In real life, debatable whether or not, you know, if you're braking FARs in an emergency situation, but in this situation, I would say flying to a known low overcast layer, marine layer basically to the mountains, is not an emergency. That's poor planning.
Altimeter 2988. Advise you have the weather and NOTAMs at Van Nuys. The information kilo is current.
We have kilo for Van Nuys. Fast check weather.
So that's kind of the plan. I just want to, you know, decision making, getting back to the airport. Digidriver, thank you for the raid. Party of 5. Freaking sweet, man. Good old party of 5. Welcome, everybody. Worry about surviving first and then FETs later. Yeah, for sure. But not putting yourself in a situation when possible is part of that, I think. But as a tool in your bag of tricks, to mix metaphors, why not? If you're competent at hoodwork, you got to get down. You found yourself in a situation where something closed in and out that you thought you had made is no longer there. Yeah, I find myself in an extreme corner. I would feel like I could shoot an instrument approach and not die. Right, tech, and that's exactly, I think that combination is the best combination, is knowing that, or maybe not knowing is probably the wrong way to say that, having the confidence that if you found yourself in that situation, you could get out of it, and make sure to not put yourself in that situation. Okay, 2635, 53176. Los Angeles Center, Skyhawk 53176, 5500.
December 53176, LA Center, Palm Springs altimeter 2969er.
29er, 69er, 53176.
With 915 to give up for the aircraft traffic 1 to 2 o'clock, 4 miles northwest bound.
Almost to our little joint here. Yeah, so the minimum safe altitude through here was 5,700 feet. So I elected just to go a little bit south of that ridge and kind of follow, basically follow the 10 freeway, which if we followed this, we'd go out towards below minimums out in Phoenix area. But we're going to stop over at Blythe.
Hey.
I'm actually going to try to shoot some LPV approaches to minimums in the DA-40 Sim if they let me. Yeah, that would be fun. Well, I hope that I can figure out a way to get instrument rated relatively soon. This past winter and spring has really, it's been clear that having that instrument rating could be a huge benefit. In a day exactly like this, you know, if it's Saturday morning and you've got this crummy marine layer and we want to go head east a little bit to some sunshine for dinner or something, sweet. You know, like just pick up a little clearance and get the hell out of there. 172 is going to feel so slow. Oh, it was funny going from the 172 directly into the Bonanza last week with Brad. I mean, it's just, it's so different. Oh my god. It's so different. If you're actually going someplace, the Bonanza and similar, you know, whether it's, and similar is debatable, like an Aero or, you know, even a 182, DA40 a little bit, anything that's in the 140 range, you know, 140 or greater cruise speed wise, of course Moonies and stuff, it's way sleeker. Yeah. Once you're in that like 140 plus, then that's great for getting places. But for a 172, it's like the perfect, let's hop in and do a little city tour, or, you know, buzz the beach or something like that. That's where I think the 172 is really, really fun, because it's so simple. It's so light on gas. If you're not really going anywhere, you know, you're not using that much gas, so who cares? DA is about 140. Yeah, that's like that's a sweet spot right there. 140 would be nice. You know, 140 and anything around 10 is pretty good.
Commander 105, take a Bravo, roger. You can make straight in for runway 16 right, kind of a nice tower, keep it squawk good.
And then you have a TB. But you're not doing, that's kind of my point, is you're not doing like a little city tour, or, you know, flying to Dana Point and back in a TBM. You know, just, which I know is like obvious.
Down, runway 26, clear to land. For 519 Papa, cut up for that approach.
Why not, I guess, right? Okay, let's learn some stuff about Blythe. Sorry, I have my little cough drop in here, so it might be loud in the mic.
Keep your manner 156 Bravo, good eyes, tower.
400 foot field elevation, 1,200 foot pattern altitude. So we got an 800 foot pattern.
For 519 Papa, got departure, radar contact, climb, maintain 5,000, clear direct, Pox, good.
Not a whole lot going on in Blythe, but we'll see how cool this airport is.
For 7050, down where you parking?
Parachute training.
To the ramp, straight ahead. Have a nice day.
Final approach runway 35 can be established 2 miles from touchdown.
I'll be the altimeter anyway.
Departure from runway 17, make climbing left turn as soon as safety permits. Use wide traffic patterns for runway 26, runway 35. Power plant 1 mile east of airport. Producing
straight down, to the ramp via Alpha.
Huh. Okay. And 2635. So we'll probably have to use 26 for the winds. Let's check what the winds are here. 180 at 11. So we're going to use 35. Alright, so runway 35.
Tower 126.8.
What did it say? Final approach, runway 35 can be established 2 nautical miles from touchdown. Use wide traffic pattern for 26.
Bonanza 522 from Mike, John Wayne Tower,
And then what is our
clear to land,
pattern?
wind of 190
Probably left pattern here for... Yeah, it looks like a left pattern for 35. Okay. Have I been to Victorville? I actually have been to Victorville. Doing a 50 nautical mile cross country tomorrow on the DA40 should be... Oh, should the weather be well. Sweet. Does Victorville have a boneyard? Yeah. Also not a very happening place.
You passed.
You can do any pattern in there, it's dead. What's up, Verity? Happy Monday. Doing fantastic. Had a fun trip up in Seattle this weekend for some family activities. And happy to be back home. I'm gonna take this to the right. I'm gonna make an actual decision and go to the left. Follow the 10. Here we have a nice big long runway to help us. 3,000 mile runway.
Is it 27 Kilo Papa Congo up to clearance for clearance over to retail view? Skyline 27 Kilo Papa cleared to the retail view airport after departure. Fly heading 340. Beta vectors oceanside, then as filed. Maintain 3000. Expect 10,000 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.6. Squawk 7213.
Yeah, so not a whole lot to see out here. We're pretty far south from Area 51. We've flown in there a few times in the sim. It's pretty funny. I mean, it doesn't look too dissimilar from this. It's just a bunch of mountains, bunch of nothing. Yeah, no belly landings in this thing. It would have to be pretty catastrophic. Does X-Plane have the ability to snap off fixed gear? I don't think it does. I don't think you can. I think you can fail it, but I don't think you can. I don't think it visually takes it off. Yeah, it would take a lot of work, and probably the plane wouldn't be able to fly. Hey Josh, happy Monday. You could, I think you can relatively easily shear off that front nose gear, but the mains you'd have a real hard time. And I mean, if the nose gear is gone, that's going to be not a very fun experience. You know, like a full no gear landing would be. Yeah, Keith could make it happen. Goldsy definitely did not like when I was in a fixed gear airplane. He had way too much fun. giving me gear failures. I am dedicated though, that's true, Tech, yeah. I will find a way. Usually find a way. Just fly slightly, just
Skyline 27 Kilo Papa,
just fly slightly too low over a
taxi
wall.
via Bravo Delta.
We determined that a pothole on the takeoff roll would be the best way to get that front gear off. That would work.
Bridge 6, number Delta, taxi to tower via Bravo.
All right, we're coming up to 25 miles away. Let's get, and we're gonna be 3.5. Let's see here. Unicorn is 22.8.
For 317 Tango, on ground, on request.
Yeah, get some logs in the middle of the runway or something.
317 Tango, be about, it's going to be a full route clearance.
Full route clearance.
317 Tango cleared to Hawthorne Airport after departure. Fly heading to 10. Radar vectors Los Angeles 170 radial. Limbo. Victor 64. Seal Beach. Seal Beach 340 radial.
Okay.
Well, Hawthorne runway 25 localizer. Direct.
I'm gonna overfly the field.
Maintain 3,000.
Since we've never been here,
Expect 4,000.
let's do.
After departure.
We'll fly over the actual field and then come
134.9.
back for left traffic. For
6327.
So we'll kind of double back. I think that's gonna be the best bet. Right here. So if we fly basically direct to the airport, do a 180, kind of go back over the airport at pattern altitude, which is 1,200 feet, and then kind of enter at a 45 degree for a left downwind for 3.5. That way we can get our bearings a little bit, take a look at the airport, and we're not going to hear anybody on frequency. So that I think is the safest way if we knew we were going into a pretty much dead airport. And of course the ortho stops right at the freaking airport. That is
317 Tango, back correct.
fantastic.
2 for Mike, taxi at 5 Juliet, Northwest crosswind 20 left
I
monitor.
haven't really had a reason to go out to Blythe though. Yeah. Lesson learned there, son of a bitch. Just turn around. Just give up. Just eject.
48340
I could eject. So. Josh, a world that perfect, I hope exists. I really do hope it exists. Let's just collectively have our fingers crossed. I'm not going to hold my breath, though. But that would be nice. Please don't let us down.
For 519 Papa,
Probably will,
speed direct
but
Fox 2 and descent going to the airway. I'm showing you about
let's hope not.
2 miles past that on the same heading.
Really hope not.
Papa, disregard completely. I was looking at the wrong flight plan.
Yeah, I think it's going to be too casual. I don't think it'll be anything like this, unfortunately.
It's going to be that time of day.
I hope I'm wrong. That would be freaking awesome if it was really as good as that freaking trailer. Even if it was half as good as that trailer.
Triple 679 Las Vegas ground runway 26 right, taxi via Charlie Bravo. Thanks for
All right,
calling.
we're coming up on the 25-mile ring. Almost there. Really disappointed that I don't have
53176 of Blythe, altimeter 2966, advised you had weather report the airport in sight.
All right, 2966, we've got the weather and the airport is in sight, 53176.
5317 no traffic observed between you and the airport except for one aircraft that's going off to your 9 to 10 o'clock at about 8 miles southeastbound, 600 feet indicated. Type unknown, altitude unverified. Radar service terminated, squawk VFR change advisory.
Okay, we'll be looking out for that traffic. Squawk in and talk in VFR 53176. And this doesn't have a VFR button. Go. I'll switch over and see what they gotta say. That's something moving fast. I got a couple of fast movers there at 500 feet. The hell is that? It's got to be. And there are two targets right there. Beef 93. Some F4s doing some low level something. Speed 557 knots. Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, it's for sure. I think it's just the F4s. They are moving though. Holy crap. It will most definitely not be study level. I would make a bet. They want to appeal to the largest audience. I agree, Tech. 100%. The only thing I can... The only caveat to that is if they somehow are able to pull off exactly what we hope it is, they make like casual mode where you can flip on, you know, like even at a menu level, casual or simulator. That's the only thing I can think of. But I don't know. And I agree, Josh. At the absolute worst case scenario, well, I don't know if it's the worst case, but I think in the most realistic case is they're going to push, you know, for sure X-Plane to up their game visually in a number of ways, and hopefully someone's able to take that same idea about moving the visuals to a you know, like an AI type of machine learning online scenario.
Bank angle.
Would be awesome. Heading 180. Thank you so much for the subscription. A 2-month streak. Thank you very much for the support, 180. And you said you're coming up on your initial cross country. Did I get that right? Or your cross country. So have you soloed or not yet? And is this your initial cross country or your solo cross country? I think you said that it was like your initial cross country stuff. No solo yet. Okay. Okay, so it's initial cross country for general training. But dogfighting this weekend. just leap over everything. Just go straight to dogfighting. Why even screw around with cross countries? This is kind of weird. So what is that? That's kind of what I was looking for. I don't know what the hell that is. Does anybody know what that is? Is this supposed to be like a college or a prison or something? Or just like downtown Blythe? Because that is for sure not the airport. This is the airport. And I take everything I said back because I actually have flown here in the simulator. And I think there's a clip of what happened
Bank
after
angle.
Gear up. Oh, hello there. Possibly Chinese with 8 months. That is amazing. Possibly Chinese, thank you so much for the support. And thank you very much for the subscription. Why does your shoulder have a hole in it? My shoulder has a hole in it because I got green tape for my microphone pop filter, so it didn't just have like a little metal thing sticking out there. And if I get a little bit too far over this way, I get in front of the green screen tape and cuts everything out. So that's what. We got dealer 11 coming in hot below us, 4,400 feet. But seriously, I think I did tell you about the Yak 52. Yes, you did. I'll be in backseat in this weekend on Discord. That's freaking awesome, dude. That is awesome. Possibly Chinese, hopefully. So we're one step closer to having our clerical stuff finished up for the long cross-country solo. I've got some poking to do this week, and hopefully we can get that finalized. Let's see where this traffic is. They are directly underneath me right now. They're literally 500 feet off the gate. Giving me 550 miles an hour. So yeah, once we have that stuff finally finalized, then we'll be good to go for the cross-country solo. And that's really what that's the big thing that we're waiting for. That's kind of holding everything up, because I do have PIC time that I need to do, and I have to do it. Clerical stuff needs to be taken care of, and then once that's done, I've got probably like another hour or so left of PIC time after that cross-country flight, and then it'll be check ride prep. But before the check ride, right after the cross-country, then I'll get the written test done. So. No, Tech, I have not yet. No, I have not sold the 172 yet, because I'm not on the insurance yet. We have to get that taken care of before we can proceed. What about you? Any flights coming up, possibly? Possibly Chinese, any flights coming up. Not possibly any other flights coming up. Should do another written test prep. Well, that's the plan. Heading Wednesday is I'm planning on doing a written test prep stream and having that be the only one. And we're going to probably look at 2 different prep courses. I enjoy asking wacky oral questions. So we'll probably do the Gleam course, and which will be like a mock test, and then we'll do probably an M0A little module thing. So we're going to, below minimums. We will. So I was planning on doing like a M0A module, and then doing one of your prep courses, and actually getting the actual 30 questions. So that'll be pretty cool. Yeah. Study up. So that'll be fun. We'll have fun doing that on Wednesday, and hopefully we'll have some clarity on the schedule for the flying. Tech out an 86 studied for like 3 hours. So there's some stuff that I'm definitely in need of knowing about more. Let's see, hang on 1 second. Blythe traffic, white Skyhawk descending through 3,700. We're going to cross over the field and then cross back over, pattern altitude, enter left traffic 35, Blythe. Should have put more time into it, but honestly, it doesn't matter. I want to be very confident more for the oral part of the check ride more so than the written stuff. You know, the written questions that, or the studying that I've done up to this point, there's nothing in there that I'm like, oh my god, I've never even seen this. I have no idea how to get this answer. Because the reality is you're very rarely, I should say, going to be in the situation where you're not going to have resources at your disposal to come up with an answer. And, you know, things like ForeFlight and SkyVector and just the internet in general make planning so much easier. So, you know, to have to know it on the spot, you know, by memory is not necessarily going to make or break you as a pilot, but it's still really good to know, to be confident to go into that check ride. I was very prepared for the check ride, kind of half-assed already. Yeah. Well, I would like to whole ass both of them. So I'll try to do that. To whole ass things. Whole ass and then haul ass. Okay, so pattern altitude is 1200. I'm gonna shallow this out a little tiny bit. You like that one, Tech? I'm gonna go into whole ass. Alright, let's do a little pre-landing checklist. We got our lights on. We've got fuel is looking good. Fuel is on both. We're coming below 3,000, so we can always put the mixture in there. Oil temperature has now come down, which is nice. Thought I heard hold. Do you really want a whole ass a landing? Well, I don't think you want a half ass a landing. I think that's probably even worse. Oh, you thought you heard hold. Hold ass. No, whole. Yeah, we're not going to half-ass it. We're going to whole-ass it. Alright, so here comes 2,000. Looks like our descent was planned nicely. This little pass will just allow us to check out the area, see what the runway looks like. Up there's the thermal plant that we saw in the ADF, so that's cool. They got that in there, creating thermal plumes. Unless it's a crosswind. No, if it's, you don't want a whole ass or half ass a crosswind landing. You want a crab ass. Might be a good emote. Crab ass landing. That's terrible. It's not good at all. Autopilot is coming off. My controls. Okay, so we should be. We'll just kind of. I mean, we could basically do an S turn too. That actually might be a good way to do it. Blythe traffic, White Skyhawk 3 miles to the west. We're going to S-turn over the runway, enter left downwind 435.
Bank angle, bank angle, bank angle.
Brad, the pilot guy, thank you for the subscription. Still not convinced you even know how to fly. What is an airplane? Well, this is... No ortho really makes this thing suck. But we're probably not going to be coming to Blythe too often, even despite the new scenery here. What is that? A little shipping hub. Okay, there's the windsock. So we picked the right runway based off of the winds, so that's good. Everything looks clear. Got a nice little terminal over there, so that's cute. 35 looks good. There's our plant. Good evening, Max. Happy Monday. Blythe traffic. Skyhawk is crossing over the field. We're going to be entering a left downwind for runway 35. Will be a full stop taxi back, Blythe. It is always a pleasure to see Max. That is for sure. Okay, here is 35. And they want us to do a wide pattern for some reason. There's nothing out here, but I suppose we can make that happen. For sure slow enough here. So I don't know, I mean maybe the approach end here of 8. Fun fact, fun Blythe fact, the SAS and some of the various U.S. Special Ops frequently drop into Blythe for training. That's pretty cool. That is a fun fact, Brad. I don't know if this really constitutes as a wide pattern, but it's gonna have to do. Let's use some flaps, slow us down here. Turn too far here, so we got some freeway goofiness going on there. Some off-road 10 freeway stuff. And trying to look around a turn in the simulator. Holy crap. Can't see anything. There we go. Blythe traffic, Skyhawk, short final 3-5, Blythe. Ooh, that's a weird texture. Acceptable. Poor and early flare. Who asked you fly with Lua? I wonder if the request for the wide traffic pattern is because the skydiver's landing in the field. Could be. Yeah, because it is very heavily used for skydiving, and good thing we missed the taxiways and have to go all the way down to the frickin' end. All the way down to the end. Yeah, poor and early flare. You know what, Lua? Good lord, this is aggressive. I wonder if I even have to turn back around. I bet there's not even a taxiway here. I have to turn around. Yup. Sweet. And Blythe traffic, white Skyhawk is back taxiing 3-5, Blythe. And there's the rudder tank slapper. Just pop a wheelie all the way down there. Dude, it's so long and there's no taxiways down there. Bambora, yes, this is the rep pack 172. Oh yeah. popping a wheelie. That is awesome. Oh my god. 6,000. Yeah, well, if I had paid attention and realized that I couldn't taxi or exit the runway at the end there, I probably would have just stopped and turned around instead of going all the way to the end and then taxiing all the way back. That's fantastic. Blythe traffic, Skyhawk crossing 8. Hilarious. And there it comes back down. Sweet deal. That was really dumb. Alright, so the textures on the runway, on this runway, are some of his best. I know he's still working on really all the airports he's got, but this actually looks somewhat realistic versus the other ones. I like the video I posted where the Cap PPL kid. Oh yeah, I was gonna say that too, Tech. Yeah, that tail strike was so funny. Just boom. Okay, so now that we're at Blythe, need to have our planned stop here for a quick bite. 1 second. All right. I don't know if Blythe has a restaurant, but I need to have some dinner. So he also flew into clouds. Dude, that was such a mess. And just straight up doing spins solo too. Just snapping them off like a total jackass. This thing's totally ripped. Eating on stream is probably one of the worst things you could ever do, but yeah, he was for sure solo in the spins. No. He was fully solo. Where is, we'll take a look at it. Was it under YouTube videos? Where is that video? No. Posted a while back. Tech, you can't find it, could you? Could you find it and post it real quick? If you can. Let's see, we'll just go. Tech from Tech. Let's see. Yeah, we should be able to find it here. Let's see. There's Mr. Wagner. Where the hell is it? Oh, you're at Holiday Inn right now. Freaking crap. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Highlight reel. Jump to. Alright, check this out, everybody.
I want you to breathe all this in.
Check this out. The tail strike at the beginning is pretty quick.
I want you to breathe all this in.
This is so hilarious. Like, what is he doing here? Straight into a cloud. Gotta clean that windshield, bro. Oh my god. Okay, and this is the best part of the whole thing. As if that crazy approach wasn't good enough, or this multiple spins solo. Warning, the maneuvers performed in this video were done by a trained, licensed pilot, and were all kept within the structural limits of the aircraft. Do not attempt this at home. And yeah, you can't attempt that at home because that's not where airplanes are, dude. Oh my god, it's freaking priceless. It's freaking so priceless. What does the description say? This thing has so many views, all from Reddit too. 36 downvotes. Little mashup of some cool clips I took while getting my PPL. Hope you enjoy. Comments. I'll scroll this up a little bit so you can see. A tail strike in the structural limits of the aircraft? LOL. That tail strike, though. Nothing like seeing the yoke go to the right with a crosswind from the left. The best comment ever is Jerry has a kid? Jesus, there's so much wrong in this video. I think I'll just stick with vodka and the whirly cup ride at the fair. Same effect, much safer. FAA open up. Dude, you need to delete this for your own safety. Tail strike on takeoff, hands off the throttle on takeoff roll, VFR into a cloud, unstable approach. This video is straight embarrassing. Consider deleting it. And this guy says, cool, bro. So, yeah, the Jerry kid one is freaking hilarious. So of course we did some little, and I really don't mean to, you know, like kill off somebody that posted a video that was, you know, whatever, but CPL, like, great. I mean, this is public, but yeah, dude. Fly that little thing. Oh, dude, those curtains are tight. Oh, this thing's got an Aspen in it. Oh, dude, he's about to do some spins with an Aspen. Oh, look at his chin, dude. Dude's a man now. Got the little fuzz going. Come on, dude. Where's the fun at, dude? Shoot your instrument rating and then calm down.
Charlie, Sierra Bravo, tower cleared off. Roger, no conflicting traffic for 2-5.
Cleared it to the left side to the power approach, Foxtrot.
Yeah, what's this guy doing?
You'll be number 2 behind company.
Did he grow up?
They'll be on the right side. They'll be starting in Alpha shortly.
This isn't cool at all.
Hotel X-ray Golf.
He's not endangering himself and others. I don't like this. I think he's for sure wearing gloves. Are they fingerless? Let's see.
They'll be starting a force to pull through. 1C10 at 10, clear touch and go around.
Nope, they're full gloves.
Hotel X-ray Golf.
Yep, full gloves. Got a Blue Jays hat on. From Kazakhstan. Dude, what is this? This is the worst sophomore album of all time.
Clear to land runway 30. Clear to land runway 30. Thank you.
Here we go. Oh, we're speeding it up now. Oh, shit, here we come. Oh, look at that edit. Oh, dude. Max, you see that edit? Dude, this is your next video right here, Max. Tell Ty. Clip this for Ty. I want to see this edit for your landing. Look at this. Look at this. On the beat. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, that's so tight. That's so tight. Oh, dude, he's chilling right now. He's like, yeah, dude. Sick landings, dude. Sick landings. Oh, now he's got the CFI in the right seat, so now he's really going to be behaving himself. Oh, shit, all 3 rolls. CFI's like, man, you're pretty good at those. Yeah, I've been practicing. Here we go again. Here we go again. Oh, damn. 3.5. Damn. Yeah. Oh, look at the side shot. Look at this angle. Look at that, dude. Greaser. Take that, Alberta. Oh, dude. This kid is dope. In a little LSA, too. Let's see, what is this?
Ok, Atica, voy a tomar aquí ese tiempo que parece ser que el radio me está funcionando esta vez. El día de tu cumpleaños, mayo 8, que también fue el Día de las Madres, yo te traté de dejar un mensaje en el avión, pero cuando regresé y miré el video, me di cuenta que el sonido no estaba funcionando, que la antena no recibió lo que yo estaba hablando. Ojalá que este sí pueda recibirlo, Ata. Y la verdad te quería desear ese día que hubiera pasado un feliz año, un feliz cumpleaños, y que pases un feliz Día de las Madres, que me las hayan tratado a usted como toda una reina que se merece, Atica. La razón por la cual te quería mandar ese videito de la Atica era para mostrarte lo que yo hago yo en mi día a día acá. que es volar, hacer lo que yo amo hacer, para mostrarte que todos los esfuerzos que tú hiciste cuando yo estuve creciendo no fueron en vanos. Para que veas que a ti, que lo que tú hiciste por mí, creciendo junto a mi madre, junto a la Mayelita, junto a mis tías, a ti, que a todas las madres de la familia Alba, créanme que fueron no me...
Okay, all I heard was Margarita and Feliz Cumpleaños. So this kid is probably, when was this published? Okay, so this was 2 years ago. There's no way he's still flying. Holy crap. Well, I'm glad we did that, because that was hilarious. Yeah, all I got was happy birthday and margaritas. Oh my god. Well, that was exciting. Okay. Now let's see what's gonna happen when we go from Blythe to John Wayne. Maybe there's an article. Yeah, seriously. Saying goodbye to his license. Say goodbye to his license on his birthday. What's up, Jellyfish? How's it going, man? Brad, keep an eye out for the follow notification. If we get a new follower, pay close attention to the alert animation. Okay. What sounds good? 8,500. Tailwind. That gets us into tailwind territory as well. Love that. Okay, tailwind. We're going to be able to go over everything. Terse is at 10,000 feet. Pretty much. Alright. Let's just take it. We'll figure it out. We're just gonna let it rack. That guy really likes citations though. Did he like thumbs up a bunch of citation videos? Blythe traffic. Skyhawk is departing 3-5 Blythe. It is true, who doesn't like citations, but that also gives us an indication of maybe where he is right now. And if he's flying a citation somewhere, not good. All I'm saying is that if I were that X4... What did you do? Now I gotta look. Now I gotta look. Oh my god. What happened? I hope the X44 guy is some kind of CFI. That'd be kind of nice. Let's see here.
I want you to breathe all this in.
Let's see if there is a new comment on here. Yeah. Oh, he's not that brazen. Okay. Got it. Got it. Oh, I see. Oh, I completely missed text thing here. Okay. X4457. Yeah. Got it. Okay. Anyway. Blythe traffic. Skyhawk departing 35 to the west. Blythe. Looking clear there. Looking clear there.
Approaching runway 35.
Thank you, ForeFlight lady. That is so nice of you.
Entered runway 35. 5,700 feet remaining.
I'm going to use every foot of that. Yeah. The textures here do look pretty nice.
Approaching runway 0826.
All right. Once we get some speed, there will be good. And we're off. Tap the brakes. Let's head back into Ortholand, shall we? No tail strike, I know. Yeah, sorry to disappoint on the tail strike. Actually, I should have done that. Blythe traffic, Skyhawk turning left crosswind, departing to the west. Blythe. Look at that little cutie. Alright, we'll come a little bit more to the south here and get away from these hills. Get over to our nice, long 3,000-mile runway. Uniform level 10. Hey, Nightbot. What did I say? 8,000? 8,500. After takeoff flow here. Should just go hood time until we're back in Ortho land. We are on our line though. How this hill's looking. Looking good. IFR trading time. Maybe we might just have to. We might be over the top by the time we get out there, and if we are, that might be a little bit easier because we probably know where we will, where we get vectored if we got a pop-up approach back into John Wayne. But we'll just head out there and see what's gonna happen. F4 Phantom friends coming over our nose again. 550 miles per hour and 500 feet. Sounds legit. Oil temp is going up again. Peanut butter, what's happening? Like, who are you calling a hoe? Happy Monday, dude. Barrel roll just before touchdown. Alright, Kenny, you got it, man. I don't think he'll be awake for touchdown, so just take my word for it. We've got a ways to climb here. No, you're all good, peanut butter. We know what you meant. Put my other half of my wrap back in the fridge. Alright, we still flying here? Rice cake with some peanut butter sounds really good. I agree. We're almost to Ortholand. That sound really good though. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Freaking Blythe, huh? 160 miles. It's not too bad. Been an hour and a half into 172 and we are almost to Albuquerque Center. And really not that much further to Phoenix. Who's done the Phoenix to LA trip in a 172? Well, I'm sure Brad has. Right? 3 hours, 3.5 hours. It's actually longer than it appears to be. I mean, Blythe is the hell out here. Not in a 172. Yeah, that would be a little bit. That would be a little bit long. 172, that's for sure. Oh, you take it back. Okay, John Wayne to whatever that is. Where's BXK? Oh, okay. Buckeye. So just barely Phoenix area. Just barely. Then had a partial engine failure. Out. Yikes. Tried to troubleshoot, unsuccessful, and airline. Oof. That is not fun. But does that sound about right? Like 3.5 hours? 4.5 hours to Phoenix. Closer to 4.5 hours. At 70 knots. Why would I be going 70 knots? What the hell is that? Oh, it's based. Is that based off my current speed? Ooh. Okay, never mind. Once we get into cruise, I'll check that. 2.803. Yeah, it was calculating. It was calculating on this little guy. It uses your current speed, so I'm doing 77. It's gonna keep coming down. That's not horrible. 2.8. And how long does it take to drive there? 6 hours to drive there. 2.8. Let's call it 3. So it takes half the time in driving. In flying, it's probably a little bit over an hour commercial. Or not a little bit over, almost an hour probably, right? Plus checking. So that's kind of right on the edge of starting to be a little bit faster than commercial. You don't want to know how fast I can do it in the Bonanza. Neither can I, Pilot Peanut Butter. Neither can I. Yeah. So what? Let's see here. To Phoenix. So Bonanza, we're probably gonna do it in under 2 hours. I'm guessing, right? Yeah, 155-ish. So now you're 3 times, or a third the speed, a third the time of driving. And door to door, probably half hour, maybe an hour difference commercially. I used 165 actually, so 170 is 152. 170 is 152, and then 175 is 148. So 148 door to door. If you did that VFR, you're pretty much going straight in. And if you're avoiding Sky Harbor and going closer to where your destination is, you can cut off even more time. So that's pretty cool. Not counting tailwind. This one should actually be counting climbing descent. Or maybe not. Something like that. Right. Pilot Peanut Butter, my day is going fantastic. Just got back from a family trip up to Seattle for my niece's baptism. I am her godfather, so that was very cool to be able to do that with her. Yeah, so it was a busy trip running around trying to see everybody. So very exhausted. I made so many Godfather jokes and references. When we had our like the after party with the family after the baptism, I gave a little speech and thanked everybody for being there for my Godfather party. This was a very big deal to me, and I appreciate everyone being here to celebrate this big day for me. So yeah, I'm pretty tired. Getting caught up at work even after a day is kind of stressful, but oh, Pilot Peanut Butter, congratulations on confirmation, dude. Right on. Yeah, so other than that, happy to be back. Went to a couple airports when I was up there, which was fun, and just cool hanging out with my family. Like we're pretty close. Some of you might know my dad had some cancer scare in this past few months, really, and everything seemed to be cleared up, which is really awesome. So being able to hang out with him without that kind of weighing over us is really nice. And talking about planes and trying to schedule time for him to come down, and hopefully I'll have my license and go fly with him for the first time. Bamsler, I am a marketing manager for Newegg, newegg.com. LPWS, this is not free. It's on Steam, and you can get it on sale. It goes on sale every once in a while, and I think I got it at $40, but it's a $60 simulator, and then you've got all the add-ons and stuff. So it's a full price program, but trust me, it can get a lot more expensive when you start adding everything on there. So it does add up, but if you're interested in airplanes and aviation, and interested in learning how to fly for real, it can save you a lot of time in the real plane.
Bank angle, bank angle, bank angle.
Caterly1, thank you so much for 9 months. Thank you very much for the support, man. I'm glad he's doing better as well. But thank you very much, Caterly. Really appreciate the support and for you being here. Yeah. Well, this plane right here, this is the plane that my instructor and I fly in the real world, and he's actually in the chat in here. I won't give him away, but so we're able to recreate exactly what we do in the real world, which is really, really fun. His instructor, my instructor, is kind of a douche, so we don't like to mention him too often. But he does hang around a little bit.
Oh my god, I love airplanes and I love Brad. Holy shit.
I don't know if have you heard that one, Brad? Feisty Martini, thank you very much for the host. Yeah, I threw in a little sensor. Yeah, I mean you can definitely mess around and crash and stuff, but when you're learning how to fly, trust me, doing that is not very fun. Because we try to take it as seriously as possible, and when you start doing that stuff in a plane that you're used to flying, it's really unsettling. But we do screw around and
whoa, found it. Hello, found the ground.
We do crash, which is part of the benefit of being in a simulator, is you can screw around, and you know you can test things, you can test the limits of what you're doing and stuff, but we don't necessarily go out looking for yeah, that was a good example of messing around and crashing. Welcome back, below minimums. Is it as confusing as it looks? Yeah, it can be pretty confusing. But you just kind of pick it up a little bit at a time, and that is another benefit of the simulator, is that you can add things kind of as you go. So you can start out with in full hand holding mode and go from there.
Pull up. Pull up.
And ELPWS, thank you for the follow, and check it out, bro. Right now we're flying in Southern California, which is where I'm located in the real world. So we're flying from Blythe, which is pretty much literally in the middle of nowhere, back to civilization and Orange County. So that's where we're headed right now. And that is for some reason not showing up. Yeah. Cool. ELP, thank you very much for the follow. Have a great night, man. It's after the. It's nowhere adjacent. It's nowhere adjacent. You two characters.
You two characters are going to Top Gun.
Get this thing all bound up. Do it. Yeah, it is kind of more nowhere adjacent. Alright, so if we go straight over that peak that we're aimed towards, that is a 7,200 foot peak, and we're at 8,500 feet. And we're just to the south of the wildlife, which is going to ask for 2,000 feet. So it's kind of on a slope. So 9,000. So yeah, we'll be clear. We'll be just clear of that. I'm actually surprised how much the 60-year-old Chief CFI in the new school likes all the new technology. It is kind of cool when some of the older pilots are really into, ForeFlight and the GPS and stuff. It's nice to know that that doesn't die off, and not that everybody's different, and some people might be not as into it, but to know that there's going to at least be some people as you progress in age that are still into keeping up on the technology and stuff. Nosedive in the sea. This is not where we want to nosedive. We do not want to be left out in the friggin' water. 90 degrees at night. Nice. Tan Man, good evening. Happy Monday. Welcome. We are on our way back to John Wayne right now. I'm not sure Dead Reckoning is good, but you've already had a bad day if that's what you were... Oh, if you have to relate to, yeah. Yeah, but I won't be young forever. I mean, my dad's been away from flying for so long that all this stuff completely baffles him, and he's just not into technology in general. So he's kind of like a good example of someone who would not be too up to date with all that stuff. But I mean, he's been out of it for so long too. Yeah, it's gonna be super crazy. Flying with him for the first time. I cannot wait. The left coast is pretty good. I do like it. I mean, there's a difference in not knowing and not wanting to because you think it's going to fail all the time. That's true, yeah. The reluctance because you're not confident in it is one thing, but yeah, the wanting to learn it is a separate thing. You're pretty close. Yeah, you're pretty close. You're on Pacific time zone every once in a while for like half of the year at least, right? Can you look up the airport code DMW? RC, what's up, man? The Strain, you're in Arizona too, man. Awesome. Oh, nice. Okay. I am Robo Bill. How about that? Hello. Did it get really loud? Or just really weird? Just really weird sound. Good old voice meter banana. Luckily, it is a quick fix. Yeah, it wasn't the hotel Wi-Fi. That was just good old voice meter banana. Oh, just weird. Alright, well, we are firmly back in ortho land. It's looking nice. Is there an airport? Yeah, there's an airport. It's a little guy. Carroll County Regional. RC, I'll give you one guess. I'll give you one guess, and I will let you look at only the 6-pack and outside. See if you can guess where we're going. Give him 3 guesses, but the first 2 don't. That's where we're coming from, RC. Coming from Blythe. It was okay. Just give him half of a guess. Yeah. Heading back to John Wayne. We'll have some decision making to do once we get out there. I think it's probably still looking pretty nasty. And it may even be looking nastier. Let's check out what we have right now. It's still showing marginal overcast at 1900, so that's going to be pretty tricky to get down. So we'll see what our options are. Doing my first solo cross country Friday. Going to be 95 degrees. Yikes. Oh, off your right is an airport called Desert Center, 4,000 by 50 paved runway in the middle of the desert. Can you see it? Let's see. Oh, I see it. I see it there. Yeah, you got him. I don't see the racetrack. Is that the one? No, this isn't the Airfoil Labs. This is the Rep Pack, which, in my research, found that it was the more accurate flight model, and went with that. It's a little bit disappointing on the visual side because it is just the default 172, but it flies great. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. If you get over the fact that it doesn't look anything different than the default one. I think you'd learn to love it and probably fly it a lot, especially if you fly 172s in real life. Oh, not CN 64. Yeah, I don't see that one. There was CL or 73 CL that's up here. And there's that. And yeah, there's a little strip right there. That does not look like it is representative of anything. Oh, CN's okay. I see it. Yeah, it's way back there. I think I'm probably too far. Oh, there we go. Took the Sovereign to CN64. Nice. Let's see. And there's a racetrack out there? Oh! Is it Chuckwalla? Yeah, dude, that might be Chuckwalla. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yep. Yeah, I've been to Chuckwalla a handful of times and actually been out on that track. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. I think that's it right there too. Okay. Yeah, Chuckwalla Valley Raceway. Super interesting track. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, because it's not too far off the freeway. Yeah, there's that little exit with a bunch of crap there. Go down the street, make that right, and then the racetrack is like right around there. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's a really, really fun track. Did you know that, Joel? Cool. 64-foot wingspan, 50-foot runway, center line. 6.7.
Cessna 24 Bravo, contact Joshua approach 124.55.
Contact Joshua approach 1244.5, Cessna 24 Bravo.
24 Bravo, just want to verify the frequency. It's 124.55.
Correction, 124.55 did you say? Cessna 24 Bravo.
Affirmative. Over 5 Juliet Alpha, radar contact, say altitude.
There's a really cool racetrack at Thermal too.
SoCal departure.
SoCal approach, good evening. Skyhawk 53176, 8,515 to the east of the Thermal VOR, requesting flight following.
November 1824 Bravo, Joshua approach, maintain VFR, Mojave altimeter 2987.
2987, Cessna 24 Bravo.
Crap, Brad. Damn.
Sorry, who else is called there?
That was Skyhawk 53176, 8,500, about 13 miles to the east of the Thermal VOR, looking to pick up flight following to John Wayne.
Unable. Skyhawk 176, 14611.
4611 176. Did you say 4611?
SoCal departure 705 Juliet Alpha, level 2,500.
705 Juliet Alpha, SoCal departure, roger, resume on navigation, climb VFR, your discretion, Burbank altimeter 2990.
90, climb and own discretion, 705 Juliet Alpha.
Is he in here?
356 November Delta, Camarillo ground taxi via Bravo and Foxtrot, remain on this frequency.
Okay, so we said, let's see here. Turns out the guy I used to fly the Sovereign for, he owned or owns the property for the thermal track. Yeah, that track, we were involved pretty early on that track development. And it ended up being just a
Tower, Roger, enter,
I still have never
right
been
now,
there, but
runway 25,
just from
report
everything
base
that
turn.
I've seen, it was friggin' awesome. Birthday is quickly approaching. 5C Martini, that's awesome, dude.
We're at 1 Lima Hotel, Roger, have a good night, sir.
Yeah, sorry about that, thanks. 1 Lima Hotel.
Oh, no worries. Number 53176, radar contacts, Palm Springs altimeter is 2972. Did you say what your destination was?
Yeah, we're going to be heading to John Wayne, 53176.
Roger.
Let's see, it looks pretty cool. If you fly into TRM to go see the track, I can tell you where to park. Yeah, well, I want to, and Brad, if that's something that you and I could do together at some point, but there's some racetrack stuff that my old boss still does, and it would be fun to go fly out to one of them, whether it's in Vegas or Thermal. I mean, this one would be super easy, and also Willow Springs as well. I think there's some easier access up there too. Let's see if the track is on here. Yeah, just part of it. It's always nice to hear a friendly voice on the radio. 53176 unable. I don't think I've had him since I moved to this. Nice blowing in, that's hilarious.
For 705 Juliet Alpha, contact SoCal approach 135.4.
135.4, good day, 705 Juliet Alpha.
Cessna 616, runway 25, cleared.
What's Hemet looking like weather-wise?
Touch and go, make right close traffic.
French Valley is overcast at 900. Whoops. Paris is... Oh, March is...
Cessna 24 Bravo, advise when you have the Mojave Airport in sight.
March is clear. And French Valley is 900. Okay. What is Fullerton?
SoCal approach 705 Juliet Alpha, just south of the road.
Fullerton's clear.
3000 level.
705 Juliet Alpha, SoCal approach, roger. Monty altimeter 208.
What's John Wayne doing? John Wayne is still 1900. Okay, so we might have to go north. If Fullerton is really showing clear, that could help us out.
Sorry about that. 5 Juliet Alpha.
Let's see. Do you get any tips to get a better grade? Like I get A's and B's, but sometimes I'll get a high C. In what level of schooling? I guess. Has anyone taken their written? Did it seem easy to you? I took it last weekend and it seemed a lot easier than it was not to me. FAA writtens are dumb, aim to pass, nothing more than that, or anything more than that is a bonus. SoCal approach denied. Please return to the section. Are you in 7th grade? In my school, we can't have phones in class. Yeah, I would say start there. Start there. Pay attention. It will pay off. Yeah, I don't really have any tips. I mean, I just like studied a lot and just whatever. Hey, below minimums. Not that old, alright? Youthful. Moisturize. So I went to 1 week of ground school and it helped me a ton. Went from making 70s on the practice test and 92 on the actual deal.
We're 125 Quebec, John Wayne clearance.
Yeah, I think it's less than that, Brad. I think it's actually less than 10.
Quebec, verify your navigation, your aircraft type and navigation.
I think it's less than 10 actually. Feisty Martini.
Chief Echo back, Roger. Clear to the John Wayne Airport after departure. Fly heading 240. Expect radar vector CLV TRIOR, and then as filed.
Yeah, some nice retirement communities.
2,000. Expect 3,000. 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency was
Yeah,
local
Brad, you'll
approach,
definitely be in my boat for sure. Xbox VIP, what's happening? If you want good grades, pay attention in class, do all your homework, study well in advance of tests, do your homework, give up gaming and Twitch during the week. I am less than 35. But yeah, less. An Xbox, that's fantastic advice. And also, don't chase girls, let them chase you. That's a tough one. Was he talking to me?
Fucking VFR, contacting tower at 127.6, definitely 4 Bravo. Thank you.
Cessna 616, runway 25.
76. Ears perked up.
Number 1 Hotel Echo, contact SoCal approach 134.2.
Absolutely. And frankly, it should. Like, biologically, we're not designed to do that.
Roger, advise when you have both airport in sight.
Will do, and I have Tango
definitely not designed for that to be the case.
And quick question, y'all do the tower closing
simulation,
or is the tower always going to be open 5 Kilo Alpha?
Right, very distinguished.
Standby. Number 1824 Bravo, Mojave Tower, make left downwind, runway 30, altimeter 2987, wind 290 at 20, gust 25.
Looking really good though.
Cessna 24
Thanks,
Bravo,
Brad.
make left downwind, runway 30.
I had a girlfriend, but she was weird.
2987.
Broke up with her, and then she started stalking me and asking my house address. Oh god. Yeah. Middle school is a fun age. And that's a pretty good one.
Welcome approach Centurion 111 Hotel goes with 4,000. I've got Charlie at perfect.
Hilarious.
November 111 Hotel Echo, SoCal approach, Roger.
All right, let's double check that this mountain that we're not going to run into.
1 Hotel Echo, your vectors for
That's crazy. 5265.
November 125 Quebec, John Wayne ground, runway 20 left at Kilo, taxi via Alpha. Hotel.
So we're 1,300 feet above this peak. I would not actually take this route in a million years. I think we're good. We just gotta make.
November 5 Juliet Alpha negative. If
let's double check that altimeter
operating hour, so that'll be all the way until 11 p.m.
Okay, thanks for that. 5 Juliet Alpha.
No problem.
72.
Sky 616 Roger.
Okay, it's gonna be a close one here. Junior year of high school just ended for me. Congratulations, RC. Middle school was just a blur. Yeah. Nice tan, man. You got the asymmetrical facial hair. That's a really good one. All right. The terrain behind is moving up. So that is a good sign. Brad, how long do you have to go before 2,000? How many hours you got? July or August. Nice, dude. Dude, we're gonna have a 2,000 hour party. Brad, we need to have a 2,000 hour party. do it. 2,000 hour party. 2,000 hour party. Ooh, and maybe the timing works. If I can get my license, and if we get that fly-in going in August, and it happens to be in August, we can group together that as part of the flying.
616 runway 25 cleared for the
and
option.
have Brad's 2,000 hour extravaganza and Bill's PPL.
For 5 Juliet Alpha, traffic 9 o'clock, 2 miles south westbound, altitude indicates 2,000.
Tan Man, you will get there, dude.
Unknown. And it looks like maybe it's turning northbound, I'm not sure.
$46 minutes. Look at that. The terrain in the background is moving up. Brad got his private at 17, instrument commercial and multi at 19. That was a busy year. CFI and CFII at 20, ATP at 21, and fourth type rating 2 months ago at 23.
Tower 5 Juliet Alpha SoCal.
Damn! 15 hours, dude. I love it, man. I love it, Tan Man.
705 Juliet Alpha SoCal approach.
Relentless. It's awesome.
November 705 Juliet Alpha SoCal.
Yeah, if you guys think Brad is like really into airplanes from your interactions with him in the Discord and in chat, you have no idea. It's so much fun to just sit and watch planes land. And we went to ACI before he was even my CFI. We went to ACI and we were there for like 3.5 hours. It was freaking crazy. And we're just like just completely happy. Soloed at like 30 hours because of super choppy flight lessons.
Sky 53176, VFR traffic, 11 o'clock, 8 miles northbound, altitude indicates 9,400, type unknown.
I will be looking for that traffic, 53176.
Skyhawk 705, Juliet Alpha SoCal.
The look on the HR's guys.
102 Quebec Charlie Tower, winds.
I can see how that would be for some people kind of an alarming thing to get used to with the age of some of these pilots, but you know, that's just not understanding how they got there. Sounds like a good pace, Tech. Hopefully you'll be able to enjoy it a little bit too. I'm starting to see some clouds out in the distance. Okay, Brad, what frequency are we going to be on next? 1925, 33.5.
176 in frequency, see traffic, now tier 2 moving, correction, sector 10 moving, 11 moving 10 o'clock.
I think most Cessna drivers be freaking out.
Miles northbound, altitude indicates 9,400. We appear to be descending.
Okay, negative contact on it still, and we're starting to lose reception in you as well, 53176.
176, roger, standby.
134.0. See if we can get me. I got him up.
705 Juliet Alpha 40 Tower, roger, and right base, runway 24, clear line.
Back there somewhere.
No worries. Skyhawk 176, traffic no passenger contact, SoCal approach 134.0.
Alright, 340, 176, see ya. Nailed it! Brad, I can see your smile through the chat. You're nodding.
SoCal departure for 5742.
Pilot Peanut Butter, thanks for hanging out, man. Have a great night.
Victorville for the I-11.
We're 102.4 Quebec, standby. November 24 Bravo taxi via Charlie to the ramp from this frequency. 42 Delta minutes on request.
IFR to Victorville, and we'll be doing the ODP and a lap at PDZ.
42 Delta, roger, sir. Clearance on request. That means that I heard you, and your clearance is on request. So you just stand by, and I'll get back to you here in just a moment.
Flight number 42 Delta, thank you.
SoCal approach 53176, 8500.
Sky 53176, SoCal approach. Roger, march altimeter 2990.
Alright, 2990, 176.
November 5 Juliet Alpha, taxi via Alpha to the ramp from this frequency. November 24 Bravo, I've updated your Cat 6 rating. Number 1 Hotel Echo, turn right heading 060, intercept runway 8 localizer.
Roger, right 060, intercept 08 localizer, 1 Hotel Echo.
November 25 Quebec, you said you're just going to hold short of the runway there?
Okay, so we should be having some weather pop in here in a minute. It does look like the cloud cover is staying to the south, which is matching what I have real world. So maybe that marine layer is kind of moving its way further south, potentially. Not sure. We'll see. So Brad, any I
Juliet Alpha, I've updated your
I gave
Cat
the man
rating.
the information, and I don't know. I mean, it probably isn't appropriate to talk about this like live, but I gave him the information. Haven't heard back, so I don't know if I was supposed to hear back.
Hotel Echo, descend and maintain 3000, clear ILS runway 8 approach.
Or
to maintain 3000, clear for the ILS 8 approach, 1 Hotel Echo.
We're 125 Quebec, runway 20 left at Kilo, clear for takeoff.
But that's basically it. Is like info's been sent, haven't heard back. That was the extent.
Southwest 649 Las Vegas clearance route. It'll be a full route clearance. Stand by, you're just number 2.
Man, I miss Brandon working.
November 5742 Delta, clear to the Victor, correction from the Corona Airport to the Victorville Airport.
I miss hearing Brandon on the
as
frequency.
filed. Maintain 4000. Expect 9,000, 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 135.4. Squawk 6156. Hold for release.
Okay, clear to Victorville.
Here we go.
As filed. Altitude 4,000. Expect 9,005. Frequency 135.4. Squawk 6156 and holding for release. 5742 Delta.
For 42 Delta, readback correct.
All right. Nice readback.
Number 80616, that's approved as requested. You can contact Camarillo Tower 128.2. Good.
Yeah, so Brandon, who's on the frequency right now, he was the controller that I got after
80616, right now when departure is
after
approved.
Goldsy
Contact Camarillo Tower
had his schedule
128.2.
change around, and it was really quick. Where like, dude, Brandon he loves controlling. But
Number 1 Hotel Echo,
he's so funny
tower,
when he gets mad at people or gets frustrated at people.
118.7, 1 Hotel Echo.
It's hilarious.
November 111.
What you talking about, Willis? What's happening, dude?
160 at 6, runway 8, clear to land. Southwest 649. Wise ready, copy.
All right, here we've got some weather popping up, so that looks like our 900 foot
Airport. Perfume for departure.
Stuff.
Perfume. Direct Watro. Bruiser 1 arrival. Climb via the SID. Squawk 6045. November 25 Quebec, contact departure. Southwest 649, just a couple of things I'm going to require a full read back on because it's a totally different route than you filed, so you'll have to read that back, as well as the climb out instructions are always going to be mandatory.
Willis, thank you. I'm glad you're here as well.
Departures is 1925 Quebec at 2000.
Southwest 649, read back correct, thank you. November 125 Quebec, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 3000.
I think I heard a statistic that the average airplane, it was built in 1964. Like the average airplane's still flying right now.
Quebec, just verify you have information, Papa, and you're requesting now is 20 right?
Remotely correct?
That's affirmative, and we do have Papa.
25 Quebec, roger, turn right heading 350, vector Dallas approach.
350, vector to approach.
Fullerton. We get there at 8,500 with the auto. Alright. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yeah, 92 in airplane
616 Camarillo Tower, loud and clear. If you checked in, I missed you.
New.
Man to the left, downwind, runway 26, report midfield.
Well, if you guys are interested in a written test stream, we're going to be listening to some tunes and doing some test prep stuff on Wednesday. That'll be fun. 1989 is showing its age. The 92 has been modernized. Is now with Frankenstein. Well, the 172 is a 93, and that thing looks like it's brand freaking new. Yeah, 2003. Yeah. Beautiful 2003. The more you know, Tan Man. My second cross country will be GTU to ACT, CRO, and back. I don't know what those are, but that sounds awesome. Yeah, that's one of those. That's probably one of those regions to fly where you don't really have to be too on the ball with places to land if you have an engine out.
Sky 616 Camarillo Tower, runway
field ahead.
26, cleared, touch and go, and then remain in left traffic, report midfield each time.
I totally forgot. By the way. There we go. Now we're cruising. Now we're in cruise. I wonder if we're going to be able to sneak sneak underneath this cloud layer. Is there a weather station at El Toro anymore? Let's see, what's John Wayne showing? Still overcast at 1900. .8 is pretty fast. Normal cruise 27. Okay, so the winds are not bad too. It's 200 at 7. Visibility is fine. Overcast at 1900.
25 Quebec, turn right heading 040.
Turn right heading 040, 25 Quebec.
Alright, so I think the plan is going to be as soon as we get over the mountains, we're just going to drop down to 1,500 feet at in Lake Forest. Let's see if that will work. Caterly, which is absolutely fantastic, dude. If I had any even tiny part in that, that makes all of this worth it. So that's awesome, and thank you again for telling me that. That's super cool. Been tearing up SoCal, Willis. Okay, I'm starting to get a little nervous about these X-plane clouds. So I'm not going to be too strict on, you know, like if we pop into IMC all of a sudden, it's not going to be that big of a deal to me because
Southwest 649 expected
the actual visuals of the cloud don't match with the effect of them. So you could not be in a cloud, like you could fly right here and there's no cloud, but it'll completely white you out. It's crazy, but those clouds do look nice. And French Valley is right back there. There it is. That footage, Brad, from our French Valley flight is still awesome. Every time I see a picture from that or go back and watch that video, God, that sunset was insane.
Diamond 25 Quebec, turn right, heading 100.
Destination ATIS is 126.6.
Thanks for the
right, heading 100, 25 Quebec.
All runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Papa. John Wayne Airport, ATIS information, Papa. 0353 Zulu. Wind 190 at 7. Visibility 10. Ceiling 1,900 overcast.
Centurion 1 Hotel Echo, safe departure.
Altimeter 2990. Arriving and departing runways 20.
1 Hotel Echo, Roger. You may taxi straight ahead into the ramp and remain on this frequency. And I've updated your I-3 rating. Hey, sir, I've updated you for a pass on the I-3 reading, and you can proceed straight into the ramp. No worries. No worries. Good day.
All right, Willis. Thank you very much for hanging out, man. Yeah, Papa. Just to the right of Santiago Peak. Right over Lake Elsinore, no jumps today, so we're clear. We're clear there.
616, runway 26, cleared for the option. Diamond T5, Quebec, 5 miles from Le Mans. Turn right, heading 170. Maintain 3000 until established.
All right,
on
Sam,
the
man,
local
have a
weather.
great night.
Third ILS, runway
Have a fun
20,
flight.
right approach.
Alright, we're going to turn heading 170 to maintain 3000 until we're established on the localizer and then cleared for the 20 left, 20 right approach, 25 Quebec.
The aforementioned French Valley flight that Brett and I did, that was a 3-hour guide. That was fun as hell. I think I felt fuel limited on that one. Could have just flown forever. See ya. Alright, so where's our hole gonna be? I think we should just pop right through there. Or we go in through what's the lane looking like? Clear below 12,000. We're gonna do that. SoCal approach, Skyhawk 53176. We're going to fly northbound and take the 91 freeway corridor into John Wayne.
Skyhawk 53176, roger.
That's the plan. And then we're going to go to 35.
Number 102, Bound Quebec, contact John Wayne Tower, 126.8.
Unless I have that backwards, but I think
126.8, 25 Quebec.
We're not too far from it, so this shouldn't be too much out of the way.
For 102 Quebec, John Wayne Tower, wind 100.17, runway 20 right. Clear to land.
Brad, that ACI diamond looked pretty friggin' awesome. Yeah, that would be really cool. Super good shape. That's a good question, Tech. Brad probably knows. I don't really know the difference between the two of them, but I think they said it was a 42. And of course it was a 40. .42 is a twin? Oh. I thought the 62 was a twin. I guess that's the big twin. So it's 40, 42, 60, 62? So 40 is the only single engine one, right? 60 is the better twin. That's the $1.3 million ones. Okay, that's the 20s. Alright, so it's the 52%. I thought the 52 was... So the 62 is only diesels? Okay. I've had no reason to know any of that, to learn any of that, but I do think they're cool. They're just pretty rare. At least around
616 runway 26 clear for the option.
John Wayne. I don't see many of those at all. That ACI one was the first one I'd seen at John Wayne in a long time. I don't think I've ever seen a 62. Long Beach has a few of them. A40 is the dumbed down. I know I've seen some at El Monte, and those wings are huge. And I think the one at El Monte I saw was a 20, because that's really low. So the 40 is a 4x4 or a 2x2, right? And the 20 is just a 2-place.
3176 VFR traffic 12 o'clock, 6 miles opposite direction. Altitude indicates 5,800, type unknown.
All right, we'll be looking 53176.
Cessna 176, contact SoCal approach 128.1.
All right, 28-1, 53176, 0. SoCal approach, Skyhawk 53176, descending through 4,800. We've got Papa at John.
It's 53176 SoCal approach, roger. Thanks for Papa, maintain VFR.
Caterly, have a great night. Another East Coaster. Yeah, we're gonna be the later you get, the more the Europe guys will start picking up. Tim's gonna be pouring himself some cereal here pretty soon. Okay, so 1900 is what we need to be underneath. So we're gonna aim for 1500. That'll get us 1,000 feet above everybody.
So follow Frencher, 5742 Delta, holding for River.
5742 Delta, time now 0501. Clarence waiting for airborne. 0507, release promotion.
Okay, time now 0501, release for Floyd, Trent Floyd, they've not out by 0507, on 1042 Delta.
So far, so good. John Wayne is still marginal, so stream title remains accurate. Just in case, let's pull up. Oh, 111.75, sorry. Because it always is. So that's ready to go. We've got Papa. About to get below cloud cover here.
616, contact Oxford Tower, 134.95.
Fuel. Iowa, you snuck in there, dude. Thank you for the host. I didn't get my usual Iowa announcement. Around the corner here, and we'll probably be straight in. I don't see any traffic heading in. It looks like we'll give them our way. It's the usual dentist convention at El Monte. Nobody inbound, doesn't look like. I don't know what this guy is. CA89.
Watch the birdie.
There he is. What's up, Iowa?
425 Quebec, exit left at Echo, and back to be output of the ramp for maintenance frequency.
Heading, I honestly think the DA-62 is one of the ugliest new planes by far. I think it's so bad. At least in person, I think it looks crazy. I got to sit in one, the red one that Long Beach has.
So-called departure.
Dude, is that even a question?
Delta is at 2,500,
Well, minimums, there is
climbing to 4,000.
There is absolutely no question of the Cardinal
5742 Delta, so
is a
departure,
better
squawk
looking
IDET.
plane than the DA-62. For the love of God.
IDET 5742 Delta.
I agree,
649
Ernie.
Las Vegas ground, runway 26 right, taxi
Some of
to
these
Charlie
beholders
Bravo.
are
Just in the future, you want to give us a call before you
Caution,
enter the taxiway.
TFR ahead.
Yeah, in no measurable way is
For 5742 Delta, air
the
contact
DA-62
over Paradise,
beautiful.
climb and maintain
It is.
900,000.
It might look dramatic and striking,
and I'll be doing
but it is
the climb and a
not
hold at PDC.
beautiful.
53176, traffic alert, traffic's 3 o'clock, 1 mile southbound, now indicates 3,400, appears to be descending.
There's not a beautiful one on that plane. We gotta make sure.
Southwest 649 will be runway 26 right, taxi via Charlie Bravo.
Straight in. Oh, we actually do have a PilotEdge either landing or taking off John Wayne. 1925 Quebec. EDSB assistance there. Still got pegged. That's nice.
500.
There's our cloud layer, 1900 foot cloud layer. Just got to get in on the other side of this little ridge here, and this is showing not a densely populated
Sky
area.
176 advise when you have John Wayne inside.
Roger that, we'll let you know we have the airport inside 53176. Whoa, there it is. Approach airport in sight 176.
You got block J 0616 Oxford Tower, proceed straight in, runway 25, clear to land.
Yeah, there we go. We're almost lined up perfectly right here. SoCal approach, Skyhawk 53176, John Wayne in sight.
Skyhawk 176, roger. Contact John Wayne Tower 126.8.
268 176, see ya.
Skip.
Brandon loves a good role play, see ya.
Cherokee 4 Foxtrot call, please contact John Wayne Tower 126.8. Good day, 126.8, see ya.
57
Nice.
Charlie, GA
126.8, see ya.
Mike, EFR to the south.
Archery 157 Charlie Chino, ground, good evening, stand by.
John Wayne Tower, good evening. Skyhawk 53176, 5 miles straight in for 20 right with Papa, full stop on the west side.
53176 John Wayne Tower, Roger. Proceed straight in, runway 20 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, straight in 20 right, 53176.
Austin Tower, Skyhawk 616, descend to full stop.
Skyhawk 616, Roger.
Okay, so we got fuel in, cutoff in, mixture full in, power
8157 Charlie.
Needed,
Chino ground.
lights are all on, master battery
right.
on,
Taxi
battery alternator on,
via Delta,
mags are on, full.
Alpha.
We have our clearance
Papa.
to land, 20 right, we
runway
are
21.
below glide slope, which is fine because we are trying to stay
Runway
away
26
from
right,
this
the
1900 foot
Delta
cloud layer.
Alpha Papa, cross runway 21,
We
57 Charlie.
seems to be that we have made it. I frickin' jinxed it. See what I mean? There's no cloud there, and then like all of a sudden, blind.
Clear 1824 Bravo, San Bernardino ground, runway 24, taxi via Alpha.
Runway 24 via Alpha, 24 Bravo.
Here's the 55 right there, and there is
San Luis Howard, that's the boy 6X Romeo.
So once you get past this little kink here, you're kind of diverging from the freeway, but back
Romeo,
here,
San Luis Tower.
you can basically follow the 55 straight in
Are you able to read
to the
me?
runway from 91.
86 Romeo.
8 Echo Romeo, affirmative. You are allowed
3
to
mile
clear.
final runway 20 right.
Thank you. My first communication. PilotEdge is to the...
No worries, congratulations.
Oh my god. That is awesome. Okay, one last check. We got fuel, cutoff, mixture, power, avionics, lights, master battery, alternator, both. Clear to land. Glide slope.
Piper 42 Delta, Roger.
Southwest 649, hold short, runway 26 right, ready when you are.
Southwest 649, Las Vegas Tower, wind is 360. At 20, runway 26 right, cleared for takeoff.
26 right, clear for, or 26 right, excuse me, clear for takeoff, Southwest 649.
Austin ground, 80616, cleared runway 25, holding short on Foxtrot and Charlie, request taxi to parking area.
Skyhawk 616, taxi via Foxtrot to the ramp, have a good night.
The Foxtrot,
okay, we're going to give them
good night, dude.
a hard save.
San Bernardino Tower, Cessna 1824 Bravo, holding short runway 24, this is deep as Cat 7, rated.
Cessna 1824 Bravo, San Bernardino Tower, roger, runway 24, cleared for takeoff, straight out departure approved.
Clear for takeoff, runway 24, straight out departure.
John Wayne looking Freaking awesome.
Just verify that was 24 Bravo.
Correct, 24 Bravo. That's a 176, turn right hotel, contact ground. See ya.
Right at hotel, contact the ground. See ya!
That's our favorite real-life John Wayne controller. Sweet.
Southwest 649, contact Las Vegas departure.
Vegas departure, Southwest 649.
Need that one pretty short. Good but late flare my ass.
Southwest 649, Las Vegas departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 190.
Acceptable.
Skyhawk 176, taxi via Bravo to the ramp, remain on this frequency, check you later.
Alright, taxi to the ramp on Bravo, staying with you, 176. See ya! Check you later. It's good to hear your voice again, Brandon.
Likewise, take it easy. Have a good night.
You too, man. Catch you later. Okay, so
Chino Tower, Cherokee A157 Charlie is ready for takeoff, runway 26 right.
you might have to get
A157 Charlie, Chino
this guy
Tower, runway
moved
26
here.
right,
He is
cleared
cramping
for
our
takeoff.
style.
Clear for takeoff, runway 26 right, 57 Charlie.
And we're going to play chicken with this caravan.
That's a 176, turn right hotel, contact ground. See ya.
Right at hotel, contact the ground. See ya!
Done. Look at that little cutie. Okay, so we got lights coming off, avionics coming off. Kill it. Trim already looks good. Batteries coming off. And that is gonna do it. Let's make sure. Let's see, maintenance, plugs, we'll clean that up. Oil, we'll refill that. Let's see if there's anything else we need to do here. Make sure it's ready for the next time. Everything looks good. All right. Post-flight done. That is sweet. I was debating on flying on P or playing golf tonight. The golf one, since a bug flew in my eye when I was walking earlier. Not a bad choice, Iowa. Not a bad choice. And sorry, Brad, if I startled you and woke you up. Cool, guys. Well, thank you so much. This was a really fun flight. Checking out Blythe, even though it was ortholess Blythe, was a fun excuse to fly out there thanks to the GPB scenery. We'll check more of those out as we go. We've hit a decent amount of them, but we'll definitely continue checking those out because they are very cool. And we'll get the real 176 stuff sorted, and Bobble Bill is just hanging out there. We got little Bobble Bill and then real Bobble Bill, or bigger Bobble Bill. Oh my God. Hilarious. Let's just all bobble, shall we? All right, guys, have a great night. Thank you again so much. And we will leave you the way we usually do. Have a good night, everybody. Peace.